Last month, South Africa commemorated the 45th anniversary of the student-led June 16 movement. Feenix also held a Youth Month discussion where several voices unpacked the role of social capital in the advancement of youth. The organisation raised over 33,000 rand for students as part of the hashtag 76K for the Class of 76 Youth Month campaign. So now let's get a sense of how the digital space can assist students, especially those in the pursuit of social capital. Feenix CEO Leana de Beer joins me now for more. This sounds quite intriguing. Leana, talk us through what it's all about and what you're hoping to achieve with this.
Good evening, Jane. Thanks for having me. I think when we look at social capital, we need to look at what that means. And social capital refers to the social cohesion of a group or community or society. It is your ability to be resilient because of the network around you. Economically, it looks at infrastructure, resources, as well as network. And it looks at a common set of values for a group of people trying to achieve the same thing. And I think in a country like ours, it is one of the things that has definitely kept our head above water. And we were trying to look at how we could think about social capital as a country and how that impacts our ability to thrive, but also to be resilient. So we held this talk and we invited different stakeholders, students, corporate, civil society, and we're trying to figure out how does social capital live in a digital age where so many people don't have access to each other because of the digital divide. And I think with recent events in our country, it also just looked at how we can build a future that we are all allowed to thrive in.
How do you overcome that digital divide, trying to get this community feeling happening?
I think you use what you have. Digital divide is a very big issue in South Africa. Many people don't have access to computers or data, or at least not consistently. And we saw that during the pandemic, it was definitely increased because of the pandemic and lockdown. And many young people and students rely on their peer groups and their networks, especially on campus, to access certain digital resources. When we did a study last year, about 46 of our students said they don't have access to a computer or a device. So it is a very big problem. And the reality is that the online world is full of benefits, and it's very advantageous for you as a young person because you can access free resources, you can learn online and you can connect with young people. And we're seeing resilience coming from young people where they are using what they have. You know, we have a story of a student that started a mentorship organization during the pandemic for high school kids. And they did that by going to the mall and using the free internet public internet of the library. And I think something like WhatsApp is also very innovative and helping young people connect with each other. And that's very low on data. So there's different ways that we can do it. Ultimately, it's about collaboration and partnerships and using what we have.
Okay, how do you connect people in layman's terms? And obviously, if this works, and I'm sure it will, it'll be very good for youth unemployment, which is at a staggering more than 70%.
Yes, I mean, for example, an organization that started a couple of years ago called Fundamate started helping specifically matriculants with getting better marks and grades through WhatsApp as a technology. And they've grown and scaled massively far beyond the borders of South Africa. And they are able to do that through something like WhatsApp. So we do see that works. Last year, practically, we at Feenix, we wanted to raise funding to help students that were struggling with this, and we were able to raise through a community that came together, corporates and individual South Africans, donated money, and we were able to raise enough money to pay for the devices and data for students, about 600 students during the pandemic. And I think one of the challenges, like I mentioned earlier, if you're sitting at home and you're in lockdown, you are very, very limited. But when you're on campus, you are able to use your friends, you're able to use computer labs, resources. So there's different ways of doing that. Last year, the government, a group of non-profits and civil society went to government and asked for zero-rated websites to help certain educational platforms to be zero-rated so that young people can get access to those. So those are like one or two of the ways that we can practically start bringing people together within this digital age.
Good to talk to you, Leana de Beer. Thank you.